What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. If those who don't know me, I'm Joshua, aka J Cyber, and today I'm bringing you my 4th week update on my coding bootcamp, and then also to talk about what I prefer, as either a front-end developer or a back-end developer. Now, yes, I'm going through a full stack developer bootcamp, mainly because I want to get a whole view of what it is to be a software developer, whether it's front end and back end. So being able to see the difference between the two and see how they both play together, it allows me to distinctively decide if I want to maintain the whole full stack mindset or if I want to go towards the front end or the back end. So let's get into the video. All right, now before we get into the video, I gotta say it, but please make sure you like and subscribe to my YouTube channels. It'll help me out tremendously. And also comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about my old videos, this video. Tell me what you guys think that I should, come out with in the near future, what you want me to talk about, give my opinion on some things. And then also, just let me know how the video quality is. I'm trying to get better at this. I'm doing this week by week. I know I mention this in almost every video, but I genuinely want to show people that I'm actually trying to get serious with the whole YouTube channel. I know usually the first few you start off slow. There's not a lot of subscribers. Hey, but I'm gonna keep chugging along. I don't know if y'all see, I got this Harvard shirt on. Yeah, I am not a student at Harvard. I'm a student at Harvard Extension School, right, which is a part of the Harvard University group, right? So you got your Harvard Business School, Harvard Business Law, right? Harvard Business School, Harvard Law School, and all these School of Education. I'm in the Extension School, and I'm getting my working on my master's in software engineering. But right now, I decided to take a break so I can knock out this full stack bootcamp. All right, so to get into the video, like I said, I'm here to bring my 4th week update on my full stack developer bootcamp. And this week has been solely NodeJS again. I think I talked about it a little bit in the 3rd week, I'm not sure, but this week we got more involved in NodeJS, and there's another pair programming type project or group project, and this project is solely doing out of a game. We're creating a game called Rock, Paper, Scissors, Lizard, Spot. This game is This game was actually known to be on the Big Bang Theory, so that was the motivation behind this whole game. But yeah, it's a group project, and yeah, mainly that's what we've really been working on. Now with this project, the main things regarding Node.js that we got really deep into was destructuring and also exporting our modules. Exporting our modules just allows us to create a Node.js file or just a regular JS file where we are creating our functions, creating our variables, and with that, or even classes if you may, right? And with those classes, we are able to export them to use them in another file. So that's the whole benefit of being able to export files, because that way we can have separation of responsibilities. So in one file, I'm creating all my classes, right? And then another file is where I actually have some of the actual gaming logic where I include those classes in that file. The other thing was destructuring. Destructuring allows us to pretty much grab all the elements that we want to use from exporting from another file and actually import it in our main file. And if you see in the code snippet, it gives a small example of what destructuring is. It allows you to not have to pretty much create a whole bunch of import statements or require statements in Node.js. I'm thinking about Python. Sometimes I got to switch that Python brain off. But yeah, in the top you'll see that it allows us to pretty much be able to export or import everything from the file that we want to grab it from. So in this example, you'll see multiple variables equals or require, and then the actual file that we're grabbing these variables, classes, functions, etc., where we're grabbing them from. Now, to be quite honest, we haven't fully gotten into the front end portion of the course. It mainly just been a real deep, detailed walkthrough with JavaScript, and now we're doing another deep dive into Node.js. I think the next few weeks that's when we're going to actually get into HTML, CSS, and then it'll be another deep dive into React. So from my past experience, I've started off back-end developing mainly with Python, and then I have some experience with Django. I lean a little bit more towards the back-end because I like the behind-the-scenes type feel, where I have the ability to pretty much create the logic of what you'll see on the front end, right? I like to be able to create event listeners or on-click methods where on the click of a button certain data is being transported or certain data is being grabbed from the back end, and that's being presented to the user screen. Now me, I have no type of creativity. I'm not good at drawing, I'm not good at coloring, right? And I have an imagination, but when it comes down to UX UI design, I'm just not good at it. So I think that's why I pretty much shy away from the front end, because I just don't have that type of experience. But I'm pretty sure after this boot camp and after I try to knock out some stuff on Frontendmentor, I'll probably change my mind. But for right now, I'm sticking with the back end. Now, being a full stack developer, there's nothing wrong with that, right? I feel like you're the go-to guy. You can work on the front end and you can work on the back end with no problems at all. And you kind of actually, save the company money. If you're working on a project where they really can't afford to have a whole big team, a large team, you as an individual who's a full stack developer, you have the upper edge, right? But then again, I feel like you really don't specialize in one thing. And when I say specialize in one thing, I mean front end or back end. As a back end developer, you can specialize in multiple languages and multiple frameworks and know a lot of different techniques. Same as the front end, right? You got React, Vue, Angular, Svelte. You got all these different JS frameworks that are, well known and that are used a lot within the front end. So I honestly believe if you want to be a full stack developer, that's totally fine. There are a lot of cases where you do have the upper hand, but honestly, I think it would be a good idea to start one way or the other, and go from there, right? Get your hands and feet dirty with front end development. See how well you do with UX UI design, whether if you use Figma or XD, Sketch. There's a lot of different things out there. But get your hands dirty with that. See if you like it, and if you don't, or if you want to experience the back end, go in the back end, learn JavaScript. And I say JavaScript is my favorite back end language because if you're able to use it in the front end, then I feel like it'll be a lot easier for you to use in the back end. But yeah, JavaScript, Python, Java. I mentioned it before in my previous video. Those are my top 3 favorite languages. And I also like those languages in the back end as well. So I feel like you really can't go wrong. But yeah, that's how I feel about it. I'm a back end guy. I've always enjoyed manipulating data. I always enjoyed creating the logic behind a project, how it's going to work. I love looking at user stories, or I love looking at different requirements. And then in the back of my mind, I get to get creative and say, okay, how do I want to implement this? How does the logic work? And it's almost if I'm like the captain of the ship. I got my hands on the wheel and I'm able to maneuver things how I want to do it. So yeah, man, that's my take on the whole, front end versus back end. All right, so I wanted to make sure that this video was short and sweet and to the point. Please make sure you comment, like, subscribe, hit that notification button. So anytime I put out new content, you guys are always aware. And yeah, man, I appreciate you guys coming in, checking out my video. Still, trying to make sure I pump these out week after week. Once this boot camp over with, I feel like I'll be able to do 2 a week. And instead of doing these half videos of my, update, my week update and what I actually want to talk about, I'll be able to separate videos and make them specifically on what I want to talk about and actually get on the computer and type out some code for you guys. But yeah, once again, thanks for tuning in to my video. Y'all have a blessed one. Peace.